Makes sense.
Yep. They're going to stream that, make sure it's looking okay. I'm going to make sure that everything is all good. Someone named Movie Canyon is like, how we doing movie chads?
Pretty hot, man.
All right, is it coming through? You see it?
Yeah, we're good. I think
cool.
we're live.
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right.
Awesome.
Right, and here we go. And 3,
Cool.
2, 1. Hello. This is the Lone Chemist Podcast. My name is Johnny. I'm the Lone Chemist. I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Taurus. I have a mixed relationship towards asparagus and seafood. And I have my boy, the one, the only, the Chad table, the red stool, the brown table, Mauricio. Friend, comrade. How we doing?
Excuse me? Did you just call me all these different like brands? How the heck is YouTube gonna verify me now, dude? What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hello, everybody.
That check mark is out of here, man. That check mark is done.
You're right. It's not a verification check anymore. It's a gray box, which is so much more reasonable and it makes more sense than a fucking check.
Oh shit.
Yeah, though. Hello. This is Mauricio from Browntable. I'm not hiding my chin. I don't have an ingrown chin like Leafy. It's just this is the angle that I could get for this podcast. But yeah.
Well, thanks for coming back, man. I appreciate you coming back. Last time we had a couple technical problems, but I think we're gonna be good this time. We sound crystal clear. You look like a Chad, of course. So I think
of course. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. What are you drinking there? Jello? What is that?
Yeah, I'm drinking the liquid form of Jello. I just put a Jello packet into a cup. No, it's like I'm kind of a douchebag, and it's a recovery drink from the gym. It has like electrolytes and stuff. Woo, voice crack.
Oh, damn, dude. Yeah, holy shit, staying fit, bro. Me, this is dumb as hell, but me and this is just like a joke we did on Twitter, but iNabber and Full Fat Videos, we were like, hey, let's hit the gym because we want to get fit. Nobody's actually probably doing it in real life, but I need to hit the gym, man. It's been so long. I feel like a stick, dude.
I go 6 days a week. I gotta go out. I feel fucking insane, dude. Like,
damn.
Yeah, I do Orange Theory. You know, like that cardio thing. It's like it's.
I don't. Like, you see, that's how little I fucking work out.
So Orange Theory is kind of like CrossFit by any chance.
Okay, I got that. Yeah.
Okay, so Orange Theory is like a less culty / douchey version of CrossFit. It's less douchey than that. And then I also do a lifting at the gym. Because I don't want to turn into a stick. I want to keep a muscle mass, keep my girlfriend, interested in me. Got to keep.
Oh shit! All right, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Of course, dude. Of course.
Yeah, my girlfriend's a viral internet star, so I have to keep her interested.
Oh shit! Oh, that's Taylor Swift, right?
Wait, you didn't know my girlfriend? Are you serious? wait, dude. No, I'm dead serious. Like you didn't know what my girlfriend's famous for?
Oh wait, what is it?
Have you ever seen Max falling out of kayak?
That's probably why I don't know.
Like the guy.
I feel so bad right now. I feel like I'm just like
the guy's like, Sarah, help me, and he's like sinking in the kayak and like falling off his boat and shit.
I'm gonna look that up right now. What the hell?
All right. So
what is it called again?
Max falling out of kayak.
Max falling out of kayak.
All right. Let's live reaction. Let's see.
Oh, that's Sarah.
I'm dating Sarah.
Sarah off 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm dating Sarah.
Oh shit!
That's my one flex.
That's fucking awesome, dude. That's 7 million views.
I know, dude. Like on our first date.
Holy shit!
On our first date, like she was like, "So, what's a fun fact about you?" I'm like, I play guitar and I like movies and chemistry and."
That's pretty hot.
What's your fun fact? She's like, "You ever seen Max falling out of kayak?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, Sarah helped me. That's a hilarious video." I'm Sarah. I'm like, bullshit.
That's fucking sick, dude.
I was like, bullshit. I'm like, show me in your phone. And then she shows me, and then it was her. So,
God damn, dude.
I know. I'm dating from a fucking viral meme. Like that's a lot cooler than anything I do. Like I'm in grad school.
Dude, that's really awesome, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. And she still lives with Max to this day, and Max is not fat anymore. He lost the baby weight, and he's looking good. Yeah.
Hey man, that's pretty good. You work out with him and shit?
I don't actually. No, I don't.
Oh, you should. Teach him the CrossFit, man.
Nah, it's okay. Well, I don't do CrossFit. I'm not that douchey, but I do the Orange Theory stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it a little bit here, man. All right, so first of all, I watched your. Is the silent voice video the most recent video on your channel?
Yeah, it is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really good. Obviously, people in here are probably from Mauricio's Twitter, but if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's awesome. And seeing you clap back at the people who don't like to see anime content in your channel is just cathartic and beautiful. I love it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Seriously.
I feel like, before I used to be kind of like that. I used to be like, oh, anime, fuck, I don't want to watch this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic, really. And then eventually I watched this. This is stupid as fuck. This incest film called "From Up on Poppy Hill" by Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
I was shown that in animation class in my high school, and from there I was like, oh, this is really good. This is a really good film. And then I started watching Death Note, and then I eventually started, jerking off to hentai. So it was a gradual process. Gradual, yeah, but it was pretty good. Yeah, man.
That's sweet, dude. Well, actually, what's funny? You talk about how you got into anime and your depravity after the fact, but I remember. I think the first time we actually talked or followed each other, I tweeted out into the void, "I am anime illiterate. Someone's got to show me some good anime. Who's got suggestions?" And you commented
I remember
six or seven movies. And you told me to watch Akira. And that was the reason I watched Akira for the first
Akira.
time.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And then
it's great. It's great.
And then I watched Your Name, which I really loved a lot. Your Name was beautiful. I think it was actually your video that inspired me to watch that. So you've
oh, cool.
I wouldn't say I'm an anime shill at this point, but I will say that
course,
I'm definitely an appreciator now, because I was like you. Awesome. I was like very not like reticent to liking anime, but I had no idea what good anime actually was until I learned about it from you guys. So. Yeah.
Because you're shown like all these people that like usually like anime, and you imagine them to be these like just stay at home people who are kind of like weird and like like this kind of out there medium, but it's not really like that. Like a lot of the anime that comes out even on the daily, like the usual regular kind of show, the usual anime cartoon that comes out, they're very fucking smart most of the time. I mean, you get like half that's like just shit, and then there's the other half that's like, damn, someone like really worked hard writing this, because most of the time they come out as being like stories or like a comic, like a manga.
Yeah.
And so that has to be adapted, and a lot of that is writing, and to sell these things you have to be a good writer, essentially. Can't always be pretty pictures, though that's what people are attracted to, and then that gets made into an anime. And so you have to know exactly what you're putting in as a writer, and you got to attract audiences. And I think that's a big reason why anime is so good. It's because it kind of comes from manga and light novels that are pretty well written. So
yeah, for sure. And people who maybe aren't really receptive towards anime, they don't really give the stories that much credit for being well written and very intricate and very complex. But I feel like to write a good anime story, like you said, it takes a lot more than just beautiful pictures and people powering up and getting yellow hair after they ascend past a certain level of power. But a lot of the stories are really, really complex. I mean, Death Note in particular, like you mentioned, I think is a very complex story that is very subtly written, but it also has those really boisterous like anime kind of archetypal moments that are kind of present in that genre for sure. What's like your favorite? What's your favorite series of anime that you could recommend to people?
Okay, so I have like two that I think are really good, and a lot of people don't really talk about them. One of them is, should I say that? I don't know. So one of them is Oregairu, or also known as this is gonna sound like the stupidest fucking name. My teenage romantic comedy. That's what it's called. My teenage romantic comedy snafu, I think. Or My Teenage Romantic Comedy Is Not What I Expected. The dumbest fucking name. But it's about this guy who's a bit of a loner, and he has to interact with these two girls, and it's kind of like this cliche idea of like, the guy, and he gets like his harem, you know what I mean? But got like a fucking country accent there, you know what I mean? But these girls aren't like attracted to him like instantly, and this guy doesn't really want to be with the girls, and it's kind of like this weird story about him having to kind of start putting himself first instead of putting others first, in a way, because he, in this weird way, he hates people, but he also wants to help them. But in the process of helping them, he kind of throws himself into the fire and kind of has others vilify him, even though he's trying to help others. It's really weird. It's kind of confusing how I explained it, but it's really good. It's gonna get like a dub in English, so characters are gonna speak like this all the time, and the trailer is terrible, but the show is good. And the other one I would recommend is Recreators, and it's really, really cool. It's kind of like the anime Avengers. It's really weird. But I think I'm gonna make a video on that one, so I also recommend that one.
Nice.
Yep.
Dude, I love that about you. It's like I jokingly reference the clapbacks in your channel, which I love because I love that kind of shit. But like, you make content because you want to make it. If you like something, you think it's worthy of content, you do it. You don't try and pander to a certain audience or a certain person. Like, it's people can watch your show for what you like and your tastes, and everyone else be damned, which I really respect. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way because my channel is not doing that hot, of course, but it's all right.
You guys gotta check out a Spectacular Now video. Have you seen that shit?
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I gotta retweet that later, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I went on Make Stuff, Jonathan Oscar's behind the stuff podcast a couple weeks ago, and
nice.
I was talking about that video, and I think that's the video I'm the most proud of my channel. Like, not just because I think I really stepped up my game in editing from that stuff from my previous content, but
no, definitely.
That video was almost cathartic because I watched that movie in a very dark place in my life back in 2013. I was dating a girl that was very toxic and stuff, and that video almost gave me a way to close that chapter of my life, if it makes any sense. It's no,
I totally feel
I hadn't thought about that girl in forever. I'm dating a great girl now, but just making that and putting it out into the open was kind of cathartic for me. And I love that movie. I cry like a bitch whenever Sutter says he doesn't love no one loves me. Yeah, I love that movie. You watched it, right? After the video, right?
Yeah, of course. You pretty much forced me to watch it. I was like, fuck, now I gotta watch this thing. I gotta fucking watch this thing, dude. Yeah, it's really good. It's great.
Yeah, thanks, dog.
But yeah. So what topics do you have? You wanna mingle and shit?
Or
do we just go straight to sexting? Whatever you want, man.
I wanted to talk about this this YouTube verification bullshit that you guys went through because obviously you're over 100,000 subs, so that was kind of like the actually let's back up a little bit. What was the actual criteria for being verified before all this shit happened?
Okay, so the thing is really fucking weird. I got an email, right, and it was like, "Hi, your channel's been unverified because you're a piece of shit and fuck you." So you have to re-verify it, right? You have to make sure that this is the real thing, that you're an actual brand, which is really weird because the first thing that you would assume, right, is that YouTube is starting to pander to brands, and it only wants established brands as verified creators, right? So it's we don't know if this is the way it's worded makes you think they're taking it away from you because they don't think you're an established brand, which is not true. When Susan, I don't know if it's Wojcicki, but she cleared it up and she said that it's essentially because they want to make sure that nobody is imitating anybody else or kind of impersonating an actual branded channel. So to verify people now, they're gonna do a double-step process and making sure this is the channel that's being branded, and why should you be verified? And what was weird is that in one of the steps that you have to fill out to be verified, you have to have news websites report on you, which is fucking crazy. And I don't know if that's mandatory.
What?
But there's an actual place that's if you have any news headlines that have mentioned you at all, please let us know. And it's why would you even need we're YouTubers. The only person that's getting headlines on them is PewDiePie, and that's it.
Yeah.
Thankfully I had a few because of, thank God for Screen Rant and their clickbait. They saved my ass and shit. But and other ones the Captain Marvel video popped on, I can't remember what website it was, but there was that one. And yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter because they restored verification, which thank God, because like nearly everybody I know got de-verified or unverified.
Yeah, it's so stupid. All right, so answer me this though. So we talked about like them de-verifying. What was the criteria before all this bullshit happened? Like, you know, you got verified at what point? Like when you got a certain amount of subscribers or watch time or what?
Yeah, it was just if you have 100,000 subscribers, you are verified. And I think maybe at first people were assuming like, oh, it's because, you know, maybe bots can, you know, make people subscribe to them and then eventually they'll just be verified, which is a totally legitimate thing. But, you know, innocent creators were getting struck down and, you know, creators like that instead of what, like 5-minute crafts, instead of those, they get people like, like Nick. I think Nick got struck down. Full Fat Videos got struck down.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Jarvis Johnson, who has like almost 1 million subscribers, and then even YouTube itself unverified it.
That's so ironic to me. Like the fact that like, yeah, we're de-verifying everyone that's not an established creator, and then they de-verify the very channel that is about them.
Yeah, and that's when you know that it actually is because of impersonation. Because it's like, oh, you know, they probably unverified themselves because the bot they used to run the whole thing probably wasn't sure which YouTube it is. Because, you know, there's like if you go to YouTube and search YouTube, like channels, on YouTube, like a bunch of channels that just say like YouTube. So it's like, I guess they didn't know. Weird shit, man. But yeah.
Yeah, YouTube, I feel like always.
IGN did Marvel CGI. Really? Sorry, I read on the chat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember the IGN or some other like Screen Rant or like Screen Gems like posted like your video or some shit. So yeah, there you go, man.
That's crazy. I don't think so. I can't. I would be able to find it maybe. If you could link that in the chat, that'd be insanely awesome. But
but yeah, so the verification thing was kind of weird because it kind of harkens back to a lot of the changes that YouTube's making, where it's like no one was begging on the door and asking people to de-verify people. Like I feel like there were no problems that kind of precipitated this whole thing, or had a pretense for this, and then they just did it, and then they realized after the fact that like, oh shit, people actually care about this. I feel like
the thing is that
they jump the gun a lot for those kind of choices.
They do that, but when they say they talk to people, why people don't know, like, oh, who are you talking to? Because we don't see you talking to people. It's because they do it behind closed doors. They have to sign agreements that they can't talk about and stuff like that. I mean, even if you go to H3 Productions, they're like, oh, we met up with YouTube and stuff, and we've been talking, and it's like nobody hears about that.
Yeah,
but it's behind closed doors, and I got like someone mentioned this on Twitter, and then I DM'd him, and you know, it's all this whole process that goes on. So they can't talk about it because, you know, that would be breaking the rules. But it's all kind of shady, you know. But they do talk to people, and this was still a ridiculously stupid decision.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, for someone who's not really, you know, even close to being verified, you know, I have my one-hit wonder viral video. Maybe they'll, you know, I'll make another one. I have no idea, but
why is Thanos so thick? The part 2.
Part 2. Yeah. I actually am working on part 2, but that'll be part 3. You know, the sexual appeal of the big purple baddie
exactly.
with a ball sack chin.
So Josh Brolin's voice, the ball sack chin. And he probably what does he do? Orange Theory, cardio workout.
Shut the fuck
up. Probably does that. Drinks Jello.
It's not fucking Jello. All right, so I wanted to ask.
Like you killed a Kool-Aid man. You're fucking drinking him, dude.
Oh yeah. He's gonna bust the wall and take my fucking glass away from me.
Fucking brick wall, just like in the commercials. Yeah.
All right, let's focus here. Okay, serious podcast. All right. So, what was the benefit of being verified? Like, it's just like a thing to flex on people.
Yeah, it's flexing. So I was complaining on YouTube, on Twitter. I mean, like YouTube, why you took away my one ability to flex on people? That was the biggest reason why I hated that. But the thing is, if you're verified, I guess it makes you legitimate. And I was talking to other people, and people were like real people, you know, that know me and know what I do. And I said, like, you know, I got de-verified, and it sucks. And then they were like, what does verification do? And I'm like, not really much. And they answered their own question. They're like, well, yeah, but I guess it's kind of like it's like a confirmation that you're like a thing, that you're your own brand, that you're independent, that you are a part of this, you are a part of YouTube, but not just that, you're a legitimate creator that makes content that's worthy of like attention, and being verified helps out people who are creating like the same types of things, other creators that are like, because sometimes, and let's be real here, not to be rude, not as much now, maybe because I'm a little big at the moment. Not to be like I'm so big, but like I have a decent amount of following, and before I used to get a decent amount of emails that were like, hey, do you want to like collab with me? But the thing is that the channel has very few subscribers, and at a certain point you have to think like, okay, what's good for like the channel and what's good for like just collaborating with people and being open, and one time when I had like 1,000 channels, I did a collab with this channel called Sam Sees, which was very small, but we did a great video, and he did one for my channel and I did one for his, and it was awesome. And then then I started doing with a collab with Houston. I did a collab with fucking Joey Salads, and then eventually at a certain point it kind of just like, I'm not gonna be collaborating with a channel that's too small. Yeah. And it's not because I don't want to, but it's because I have my own projects to work on, and I need to see what's most beneficial for the channel. Sure. It's not something like, if I could, I would, but I kind of can't, especially with college too. College is a bitch, dude. I'm running on fumes here. I'm
aware. I'm a graduate student and get my PhD, man. I'm the most angry to the fucking to the ground. Yeah, for sure. But like I feel like that there's kind of an implicit perception, the fact that like when YouTube gives you the check mark, yourself and also your audience knows you take the channel seriously. And exactly. I feel like when you lose that, it makes you feel like YouTube doesn't really even recognize the effort you're putting into their platform. You're generating a bunch of ad revenue for them. You're generating a bunch of watch time for them. And like even though like, the principle maybe is not that offensive to creators, it's just like the thought that you're going to take away the thing that gives them a little more legitimacy than just a sub count is kind of stupid.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing that creators are complaining about. And it's just the taking away of the feeling of legitimacy. It's almost like a, not really this, but it's kind of like, you get a promotion, just not even like a pay raise, just a promotion. Like, oh, now you're the boss.
A title change, yeah,
like a title change, and it's like, okay, no, go fuck yourself. You go back to what you were doing in like the span of like a week. It's like, wait, what? I thought I was doing this.
Yeah, it's like, weird. It's like being in a company and like you're getting like, let's say you're a sales director, and then you say, okay, I'm like the manager, and like, holy shit, that's awesome. You get a pay raise for that. Then the company says, okay, you're getting the exact same pay, but we're demoting your title to janitor. Yes.
Fucking janitor. Oh my god, dude. But yeah, exactly like that, essentially. Dude. It's kind of like getting kicked in the balls, pretty much.
A virtual kick in the balls.
A virtual kick in the balls, yeah.
Well, hopefully YouTube isn't, they de-verified you, but if I piss them off, they're going to delete my channel, man. So
yeah, dude. Fuck, dude, yeah. It sucks, man. It's intense.
Yeah, but I mean, they got it back, though, which is, they brought back the verification, though, which is good. Right?
I'm sorry, what?
They brought back the verification, right? For everybody?
Yeah, they did, which is great, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
I think, good. Yeah, because when you have, like, people like, as big as the Anime Man, as big as Austin McConnell, complaining that this is a thing, then they're probably going to answer at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, YouTube just stopped doing stupid shit, but yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get into some other shit here. All right, so movies recently. So I recently saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you seen it yet?
Of course I did.
Yeah, I saw it twice. What did you think of it?
I'm dumb as fuck, right? So I didn't know about the Manson murders because I'm an idiot. So a lot of the movie actually rides on that, and I didn't know. So there's a certain point that spoilers, but
yeah,
I'm
spoiler.
I'm not gonna say spoilers, but a lot of the movie kind of you should read about the Manson murders to actually get the plot of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it kind of uses the murders that happen in real life to fuel the drama and the tension that goes on in the third act.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you haven't watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and if you don't know about the Manson murders, read up on that. I felt so fucking stupid when Houston and Alex and I think John were like, dude, are you dumb, bro? Like, obviously the Manson murders, dude. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. So I thought it was great, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was really sexy. Margot Robbie's sexy. Brad Pitt's abs are fucking sexy, dude. I need abs like that. What the fuck, bro? He's like 50.
Well, come to Orange Theater with me, man. Come on, we'll get you fucking jacked, dude, and drink some Jello afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready for that. Honestly.
All right, but yeah, so the movie. Here's my critique of it. One, I can't deny that Tarantino's dialogue and his set design and the whole production design and really the kind of just the ethos that's put on screen is pretty mind-blowing. Like, it felt like a movie that was made in '69. It really did.
It did. Yeah. Oh shit! Real quick before you continue, I was sitting next to a guy that looked like he was 70 years old, and there were a lot of references in the start because I'm obviously not young and not old enough, but to classic westerns and classic Hollywood, and I didn't get some shit, but like the guy that was next to me, this man, he was like laughing his ass off, and I felt like so touched. Yeah, because it's like, damn, that must be so cool. It's like almost like reliving like your past. So I thought that was really beautiful. But anyway, back to what you were saying. It feels like 60s.
Yeah, for sure. And that kind of speaks to the fact that like the movie is made impeccably to capture that time period. Like, and it's kind of interesting because Tarantino has always said he's kind of afraid of like a post-film era, if that makes any sense, where it's like he's afraid of the digitization of everything and the modernization of everything, where film is kind of predicated on the fact that you shoot on film, the fact that you shoot things on location, the fact that you do set design and costume design and all that stuff, and like the fact that CGI is making that kind of go away.
Disney.
We'll get to that. Dude, we'll get that in a little bit.
Yeah. Yo. Star Wars though is like the perfect blend of practical and CGI, man. Like that shit's. I think that's how things should go, not like Endgame route where they just CGI the costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is insane to me. Like, come on, really?
Yeah,
like,
I totally
it looks
agree.
Great. Like,
yeah, there's just like you said in your video, like your CGI video for Marvel. There's so much good CGI, but there's also a lot of bad CGI that kind of overshrouds any kind of legitimacy that they have. Because like in the Winter Soldier specifically, they have amazing CGI. We don't even notice it. Like the helicopter chase, like it looks beautiful, but then some of the suits are terrible. Anyway, back in Tarantino. So like it was kind of weird seeing him make this movie that's such a meditation on how he feels as a filmmaker, because like look at the main character. Main character is Leo DiCaprio's character, Rick Dalton, who is kind of like out of place in this new Hollywood that isn't really recognized. He's a guy who's clinging to the past and how things were actually made before this kind of boom of industrial America was kind of put on screen. And they want him to go to, Italy and do spaghetti westerns and stuff. He doesn't want to do that, which is ironic because that's Tarantino's favorite genre of film. So I loved all of the intangibles and stuff. My biggest critique with the movie is the fact that, spoilers, I'm going to spoil a little bit. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, then get fucked and mute it for like 5 minutes. All right. So, if you compare it to something like Inglourious Bastards, the ending of the film is so predicated on the murder of Adolf Hitler in, the last 5 minutes of the movie. Right.
Right.
And in this movie,
this one,
but in this one though, like, even though like a lot of the plot takes place in the third act around the very ethos of the Manson murders, I didn't really get emotionally, why that was in the movie so heavily, and but not even so heavily, like the fact that like all the third act focused on that specific point in history, but none of the movie really did before that, except for like little, obviously like the whole farm scene with Brad Pitt's character, and obviously you see Charles Manson only once in the movie, but you still kind of see him. But with something like Inglourious Bastards, I feel like the ever looming threat of Hitler led it itself to a more emotionally resonant ending when they changed the history of that moment when he dies. Mm-hmm. But with this one, though, I didn't really feel any kind of emotional significance except for the fact that it's set in that era for me to latch onto. So I'm very well versed in the 60s. I did a bunch of projects in college and high school about like the 60s and actually specifically the film era. So I'm very kind of I appreciate all the references and all like the kind of like, you know, little nods to give the historical buffs. But I don't know. I really like the movie. The dialogue was beautiful. I just didn't. I don't know. The historical template they used wasn't as emotionally as effective for me at the end of the movie. It makes any sense.
Yeah, I totally get you. It's weird because, again, like you were saying, it's almost like it's relying on the audience to know about this thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I didn't know about it and I still enjoyed the movie, but at a certain point, like in the ending, I was kind of like, oh, that's a weird way to end the movie. Like it was kind of just happened and all this violence happened and then it's all fine, and then it was weird. I think it did kind of come out of nowhere, but I kind of felt like these guys were gonna come back from the second act to the third act. But I definitely feel like it could have been the transition into like this problem that's been going on with the Manson murders. Like the people like I can't remember the guy's name, but like the
Texas?
dude, yeah. So I feel like that could have been eased in a little smoother. It was a little sudden.
Yeah.
Maybe it was weird. Like, if you don't know that...
That's Sharon the date, Tate, that's the time that it happened, all that stuff.
If you don't know that Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate, then, like, for me, like, that's why I went into the chat and I was like, I don't know who this... Why was Margot Robbie in the movie?
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately asked that, and I know it's, like, supposed to be something but it's weird because... I feel like they could have had something to kind of make us feel just a tad bit more invested.
Yeah, and maybe not even invested, just like I'm aware of the emotional sentiment that he's trying to give off from including that in the movie. Like, and I get it. Like, he was trying to do a thing where the characters, they only know about the Manson murders because they encounter Manson once in the movie and then like his accolades that are like in the farm scene. I guess he was trying to do it in a point where it's like, it's set in this very specific point in history where this thing happens to be there at the exact same time. And I just feel like there wasn't really a lot of emotional payoff for that. Now, I'm not saying that you need emotional payoff. Like, I think that the last 30 minutes of this movie is the most bonker shit that Tarantino has ever made. Like, I mean, like the whole payoff with like the can of food, like bird flavor, wolf flavor, and just throwing it at the girl's face was fantastic. But yeah, like I really did enjoy the movie a lot. I just wanted a little more emotional payoff for the reason why Charles Manson was even a factor in this movie, because he really isn't for anything else except for like the last, 20 minutes, and he's not even in that last 20 minutes. He's like, he's referenced a little bit, but yeah.
Mostly this other guy, the other guy.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, Tex. And he's like, what's your name? Oh, I remember you. What's your name again? I'm the devil, and I'm doing his work. No, something even stupider than that.
It's just so good. The dialogue is great, man.
Oh my god! How about that scene when he's talking to that little Leo's talking to that little girl?
This is the best scene in the movie, dude.
It's so good. He starts crying.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's her acting was so fucking good that I was like, holy shit! Like, there's a certain point in the movie where he, like, as an actor, has to like kidnap her.
Yeah.
And then he starts laughing with her, and I'm like, I can't tell if this is real or fake.
Yeah.
Which maybe sounds dumb, but it's that genuinely well acted. So kudos to her, and kudos to, of course, Leo, who is a god.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Dude, like Leo Bailey from Lovewood Media was on my podcast a couple months ago, and he brought this up. Him acting is an event now. It's like seriously, like he is like one of the last remaining real leading men, like leading movie stars. Like, and like the thing is, there are people like, like Tom Cruise or Chris Pratt that are like top of their craft and they're great, but they are not on his level of acting. Like Leo DiCaprio is like in a league of his own.
Like if you see Tom Cruise, it's an event film if it's a Mission Impossible film.
Yes, sure.
But if it's not a mission, like the new Top Gun, like everyone's like, oh, okay, Top Gun, all right, he should be fine, It's Chris Pratt. It's like Chris Pratt, all right, fuck passengers, all right, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I can't think of like any other like real leading men, that are like box office draws just because their name is in there.
Yeah, I think RDJ is kind of approaching that, like, after he proved himself outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like in like some kind of like monumental role, I think he'll get there too. Because I mean, RDJ is like really good in everything he does, but obviously Marvel's kind of been like what his career is predicated on. But yeah, like I think he, Christian Bale, and Brad Pitt are probably the only ones that I could really see like as the people that like, okay, they're in this movie, so I have to go see it.
Yeah, and to me, damn, I really wanted to say Ryan Gosling, but that's only for like movie people.
I do love Gosling though. Gosling is so good.
Yeah, he's great.
Fuck, like I think his best performance is The Big Short. He's so good in The Big Short.
I fucking love The Big Short, and he's so great in it. Like when I started the movie, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" Because it's like it stops, and then he starts talking to the camera and shit. It's like, whoa, it's really great.
Yeah, dude, and I love Adam McKay too. Like one of my favorite directors. Like if you saw my video essay, quick plug. I am like a big Adam McKay shill. I love Vice in 2018. I obviously love all his comedies and shit. Have you seen Vice by the way?
I have not seen Vice yet. I wish I want to really badly because I want to see that editing that a lot of people love and a lot of people complain about. Yeah,
it's so divisive. I had a guy on my podcast last week that hated the fucking editing, and I adored the editing. It was fantastic. But the thing is, let me say this. If you don't like an essay film, like, you know, it legitimately is a video essay that's extended to 2.5 hours. Like, it's very breaking the fourth wall. It's very in your face, but like the editing does what a video essay editing or editor should do, where it's like they put a direct metaphorical representation of what they're saying or what they're showing on screen for you. So like, as an example of that, Chaney, when he gets to Washington, I won't spoil it.
Okay.
But like the one scene that everybody knows about. But like the one scene everybody knows about is the fishing scene, right? You've seen that, like that little like clip.
Which one? The
fishing scene with George Bush and
Bush.
Have you seen that one? Fishing?
I think so. Though, yeah, like yeah.
It intercuts like George Bush eating with fly fishing, and basically it's like Chaney is teasing the idea of what he wants to do, and then, you know, George Bush takes the bait, which is like he's using editing to put
literal visual metaphor.
Exactly. Like he's putting a metaphor on screen that actually coincides with what he's showing in the film, and he does it in like a couple really genius ways, like in the film. And yeah, I just love it. And people always view it through like the lens of politics. Like, look, even if you agree or disagree with what you see on screen, just take yourself out of it for a second and just appreciate the filmmaking. That's kind of my view.
Yeah, exactly. I also I think that way. I think that way about Black Klansman a lot.
I love Black
Klansman is fucking excellent, and people are like, dude, but the final 2 minutes is like so bad. I don't like it. But it's fucking true. Like, it's exactly what the movie's portraying, just like in another person. And this is like real world shit, not like a movie which is like exaggerating things. And people are like, I didn't like that. It's like, well, it's because it's fucking real, and they just can't accept it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, even if it's not like, you know, for example, like, you know, in Vice, like there's something that Chaney says that is clearly satire. Like, it is clearly a not true representation of what's happened to him in his life. But that's the point. It's political satire. Same thing in Black Klansman. Even if they exaggerate things or leave things out, or they put things so like very blatantly, it is political satire that's inspired by true events. So you can't just like view it and say, oh, you know, like I didn't like the way that like the people had the really big heads there. It's not how people actually look in real life. Like, fuck you.
Dude, exactly, dude. It's dude, that reminds me, because like a lot of people don't understand the concept of satire. I think that's the reason why, like in my channel, because I do half satire videos, half real like for real videos, and it's kind of confusing to some people sometimes. Like, I had my Captain Marvel video, which is booming again, which is great because views and comments, but then the comments are all like incels, and they're like at one point in the video, right? I say, because Captain Marvel in the movie Captain Marvel, this guy comes up to her and is all like, kind of like this weird, comes up with this really just ugly vibe to him, and he like pulls the newspaper down that she was reading. And he's like, "Hey, you wanna give me a ride?" And like, no, you want a ride? You want me to give you a ride? And so I, in the video, was like, if I had Captain Marvel's powers, that guy would be toast or something like that. That doesn't mean like I actually want to fucking kill this person. I'm just saying like that that's satire, and people don't understand like exaggeration.
Yeah.
They take everything so literally sometimes, and this is the thing in film too. It's like, holy shit, like someone does this and they're talking about something that's usually politics related, and they're like, dude, that's messed up. Like, how could they say something like that? It's obviously exaggerated. The biggest time I've seen the biggest the most what word
Blatant
is this?
instance.
Blatant instance. Yeah, I've seen this is in Black Klansman when the Ku Klux Klan is like there, and then you got like the leader. I fucking forgot his name, but
David
he's
Duke.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
David Duke is a fucking idiot in the movie, and yeah, it's kind of just people don't understand like satire. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like it is using exaggeration, or I mean even blatant omission, or blatant just like, like you said, exaggeration to make a point. Like
Exactly.
the point is not that it coincides directly with reality unless you're actually doing a legitimate biopic of somebody. The point is to use exaggeration to make a point. Like,
Exactly.
And I just, regardless of whether or not you agree or disagree with the point, you should at least appreciate the filmmaking behind whatever choice someone does. Like, I mean, like I love Black Klansman, and even if I didn't like Spike Lee's films or like agree with him politically or not, like I would imagine if I saw that, even if I did disagree with him, I would still appreciate the fact that like he is a viewpoint, and even if what he's saying is historically predicated, it's still a viewpoint. But he's allowed to do it. He's a filmmaker. I hate that shit where people are just so. It's really weird. Like even outside of politics,
it's always politics.
But even outside of politics, people are just desperate for confirmation bias. Like if this thing does not actually reinforce what I already think, I must destroy it, and it must be just absolute shit. Like I mean, like you said,
that's essentially my Captain Marvel video. I don't even like Captain Marvel, but I say like this is frustrating how people exaggerate this scene to be like this malicious, horrible scene, and I'm like, dude, just fuck off. Like it's not a big fucking deal, and I make fun of the scene, and people are all like, oh my god, how can you say that? It's so fucking weird. And other shit like that, like the Spider-Man in Twitter, like anytime you see Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man always Twitter. Like, holy fuck, dude. Nobody, like, even like as a joke, nobody can take a joke. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, and it's always like, this is my opinion, and then someone's like, a paragraph. No, you're wrong. See, here's the thing. Spider-Man, and then they start going off like fucking crazy. It's like, oh god, please just stop. And it's frustrating. Like yeah. I don't hate Far From Home. I really dislike most of it up until the third act. But and some people can't accept that. Oh my god. I was on Instagram and this guy what's it called? This guy DM'd me cuz I tweeted I tweeted on Twitter, right? That you know those things where people are like, pick 4 movies and remove, like, no, pick one movie to
I saw this. I saw this.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's easy. Far From Home, because this is my opinion. I'm like, yeah, fuck Far From
and also
Home,
they've Spider-Verse, Spider-Man PS4, and Spider-Man 2 Far From Home. Even if you like Far From Home, come on, that's out of there.
That's crazy. It's insane to me. Like, I don't know. And some people were picking Spider-Verse. Like,
fuck that.
Look, hey man, everyone can have opinions, but that's just. To me, that's just bad taste, man.
Yeah, that's just bad taste. Spider-Verse hits, but go on.
It's my opinion that you have bad taste. But, so this guy, right? And he's a nice guy, but it's like berating me always. Yeah. So I just had to like block him at this point. He sent me a DM on Instagram for some reason, and he's he took a screenshot of that, and he said, "I lost respect for you at Browntable_entertainment," which is my Instagram. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? So, like, I responded, like, I don't even understand. And so he responded, like, oh, something like Far From Home is better or something. And I said, whatever I say is an opinion. And I'm not really confirming, like, that this is true. Like, just because I say, no, fuck Far From Home, it doesn't mean, like, I hate the movie. It's just, like, I prefer the other movies to that, I'm not saying Far From Home is objectively worse than these other movies. I'm not saying that when I state an opinion. And then he literally responds with, look, but here's the thing. Sometimes people take, like, opinions as facts and, like, that's not right or something. And I was like, I didn't know how to respond to that, so I just blocked
It's so wrong-headed because it's like, dude, like I think it should be fairly obvious that an opinion is just that, and like you're not trying to take away the joy that people have of watching Far From Home, and no one should be trying to take away your joy of watching the other representation of Spider-Man. But but like, I mean, with anything though, it's like this whole like Twitter battle, it's so fucking insular, and people always assume that a different opinion is an attack on their own. And
exactly.
I don't.
Fuck yeah, preach it.
But I don't understand why. It's like, I mean, the only thing I think everyone agrees on is Jared Leto's Joker sucks. But anyway, like, I just
wait. What did you say? Because like,
I said the only opinion that everybody agrees on objectively is that Jared Leto's Joker sucks. That's pretty much the only thing that everyone agrees on.
I think most people, yes, 100% agree on that shit.
But
even then, they're like, Jared Leto's a great actor. He was just given bad material. It's like, dude,
okay, whatever.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bad movie.
Shit.
Bad movie. Don't you understand?
Oh, you know what? Oh, fuck. I forgot what I was going to...
Oh, shit.
I can't think of what I'm going to say, but it's something so important it bothers me, like, to no end. Oh, okay. So in my Marvel CGI video, right, I'm like, yo, the MCU overuses CGI.
Yeah.
One time I got a comment that was like, listen, this isn't wrong. It shouldn't be overused. It should be like some other term. And I'm like it's overused because of this and this. Like they overuse too much CGI. Like they put it on top. They use too much CGI. That's what overuse is. And the person's like, listen, I'm a CG animator. I'm a CGI person, a VFX person. And they gave me a whole paragraph. And I'm like, I'm a CGI person too. Like that's how I know these things. People in my school watched the video and they completely agreed with me. People are actually studying VFX, which is the craziest shit. So whenever people send me that, it's like, you're fucking stupid. But here's the thing, right? So this is the most annoying thing. And I don't know what this is called in like a literary battle, like, you know, in straw man argument and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but I say, MCU is overusing CGI, or the CGI is bad in this. But then someone counterpoints that with, yeah, but DC's CGI is worse.
Yeah.
As if that actually like invalidates.
It's called whataboutism. So basically, whataboutism basically says, like, you know, for people that like political debate, if someone points out a problem with something, instead of actually addressing the problem that you've brought up, they say, okay, yeah, sure, but what about this though? Like, so
exactly.
they're treating everything on the same intellectual plane, where if you criticize one thing, you must be able to respond to the other thing. Yeah, as an example of that, you know, I really, really like Red Dead Redemption 2. And it's like, yeah, but, you know, like, God of War also came out this year. And I'm like, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, my dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, like I totally agree with you where people think that just because they can point to another instance of something being consistent means that your opinion is now invalid. And it's very stupid because what they brought up has nothing to do with your video or your opinion on it, but they still say, well, actually, the CGI of Enchantress is worse, so checkmate, libtard.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god, dude. I hate any time someone says cock, soy boy, libtard. I just cringe. Dude.
Dude, like,
it's just weird.
And those words have lost their meaning. Like, everyone's a cock, everyone's a libtard, everyone's a fucking soy boy, everyone's a fluoride eating gay frog or some shit like that. You see it so much. It's like everyone's an NPC, and I'm like, my dude, like the fact that you're always using that NPC, I think is probably a sign that you're probably an NPC. If that's really how creative you are.
It's crazy, man. It's frustrating. It's a crazy world out there. But you know, let's hope climate change is fixed.
And I'm trying to do that, man.
Yeah, dude, fucking sucks. We were just talking about climate change, guys, before this video started.
Yep.
Thank God for protesting the climate strike. I wish I could go, man. I was working today, but no, I mean yesterday. But it was yesterday. But it was great because I saw a lot of people in my college went, because there was one in New York, and Greta was there. It was all great, and it was and it's awesome to see. It's great. And then there's other people who went to Area 51, so there's that.
The Naruto runner on the news is just
fuck.
It's
so dumb, but it's so hilarious. Like I can't. It's
dude,
crazy.
The fact that he ran through a national broadcast of Area 51 is near Naruto runner.
Fuck, bro. You know what I would do to be that guy?
Did you see the interview with him after the fact?
I didn't. I've been saving that in my queue.
He's a YouTuber.
Crazy.
He's a YouTuber.
What? Really?
He's called Elixir on YouTube.
Oh, he's gonna blow up.
Well, he already is. I think he already has over 100,000 subs or something like that.
Shit.
Yeah,
damn.
But like, you can tell he's a weird guy. But like,
yeah.
But I mean, the fact that like that Naruto running meme is like so prevalent on that Facebook page, and the fact that he actually did it on live national television.
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking awesome. Honestly, it's
so
great.
funny.
It's great.
But yeah, as a person who's actually studying organic chemistry related to climate change with a PhD, yes, I do appreciate your sentiment with that. I think that research, protesting, advocacy is the only way we're actually going to do anything about it. Because if we don't, then we're all kind of screwed. So everyone can stay engaged.
Is Powered Soldier like your moderator here?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome. Shout out to him. He's cool.
Yeah, no.
That's really cool because I need to do live streams and I need to make sure everything's moderated as well. So it's good to know it works and everything.
Yeah. Powered Soldier is the boy for sure. Yeah. Who's Rob the Cat? Do you know Rob the Cat?
I don't, but maybe he's seen my content and he joined. Like I can't. It's not like I remember every single person, and sometimes people change like their profile picture, so I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, so I also wanted to ask you, what the fuck was I going to say? Favorite movie of 2019 so far?
Ooh, boy. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Okay,
that's a tough one. I love Once Upon a Time. I'm fucking ready to see that Astroman.
Yeah.
What's it called? This anime movie, Promare, was really good too. But I'd have to get back to you. Because I have a lot of movies that I've been wanting to see. But I will say this: Endgame is not the best movie of the year. That's for one thing. So yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Powered Soldier.
Yo,
there we go.
Fuck, bro.
There we go.
That's fucking awesome. I love how you're like, yeah, Power Band him, and then it like instantly that's crazy. That's awesome.
Oh man, Powered.
That's too much power.
Yeah,
too much power.
Dude,
for one
Powered
man.
Soldier I think he's almost overpowered. I'm gonna change his name to Overpowered on this.
Oh my god, the Goldfinch. Did you fucking see Ansel's video on Instagram?
No, so
you have not seen it.
You gotta okay. So you gotta update me on this Goldfinch thing because I've heard nothing but bad things, but I don't really know anything about this movie.
Listen, I don't know anything about this movie, right? But the guy, the movie is getting terrible reviews, right? So Ansel put on his Instagram, and he literally is like this to the camera, like this close, like this, and he's like, guys, I heard the Goldfinch is getting bad reviews, and sometimes critics like to focus on the negative things, and things they're doing a good job, but they focus on the negative a lot. And I want to say that the movie, we worked really hard on it, and I watched and I really liked it, and my mom really liked it, so shout out to you guys who watched it, and shout out to my mom or something like that. He deadass mentioned his mom, and God no, dude, I feel so bad, but I want to see it now because of him. I felt so bad. It's like the saddest fucking video.
I know. Wait, what's the Rotten Tomatoes at for him right now? Let's see.
Ooh, it's probably like 20%.
The Goldfinch. Who else is in it besides fucking Ansel? It's Nicole Kidman's in this too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sarah Paulson, Finn Wolf. This is a good cast. Jeffrey Wright's in this.
I know. It's crazy. It's weird.
Wow.
You know what else has a good cast and is shit?
What?
It Chapter 2.
I don't know if I call it shit. I think it's...
No, it's not shit. It's not shit.
I was exaggerating. I think that it's so...
That was satire.
I think that it's so... Okay, let me say this.
Yeah.
The first movie, It Chapter 1, I mean, everyone has subjective opinions about it. Some people like hate it for some reason.
I love It Chapter 1.
I loved it. I thought it was the perfect blend of paying homage to the book, changing it up in a very smart way. Like, for example, have you read the book before? Have you read it?
I have not.
It's a long ass book and it jumps back and forth between time and the narrative is like kind of convoluted. They treat the kids part of the story as the only focus of the story, and it's a coming of age story, right? And I thought it was such a smart way to do it. It built tension very well. It kind of put you in the mind of the characters. I loved it. With It Chapter 2 though, but let me say this, the casting, like not just the quality of the actors, the way they look is perfect. Like the fat kid is perfect. Bill Hader is perfect. Fucking the Old Spice guy was great. Like
McAvoy,
Chastain is great. Like everyone is great in that movie. But like it kind of fell into the problem that kind of brought down the book of it. Like it jumps back and forth between time. It relies on flashbacks a little too much. The pacing, because you're jumping back and forth between time so regularly, it kind of slows in the pace of the story. And I feel like if we maybe had like half the amount of flashbacks and maybe had the adult characters have a little more development, like, okay, maybe their fears have changed as they've grown older. Obviously they're more boisterous now, but like, having their fears actually like, really manipulated by Pennywise instead of just kind of like, predicating on the kids. I think that would be a lot smarter. I mean, I still liked it because I loved the first one so much, and I wanted to see a good conclusion to the whole saga. But I mean, I will be the first to admit it wasn't as good as the first one for sure.
I loved the first one.
Yeah, me too.
I remember seeing it. It was like this weird movie, which was like labeled a horror movie, but it was actually more like a
coming of age story,
a terrorizing adventure movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really cool.
It was like Stranger Things, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Stranger Things, which is scarier and like curse words.
Yeah.
It was just really well acted, really well. Just everything was excellent. The set design was excellent. Then It Chapter 2, like it's like the same. It's well acted. Set design is excellent, but the story, it's just lacking. And it was the pacing was pretty bad, but that wasn't like the biggest thing. But this is one thing that really bothered me about the movie. Spoilers, but no one gives a shit. At a certain point in the movie, all the characters have to go to like select locations for like, I'm not gonna say, and they could have like skimmed through that or just had like a faster version of each thing. Like there's some characters who go through shit that it's just not important to see, and they have like straight up 10 minutes of like these characters having to go to these places to get these items, and it's like it felt like Endgame, just like worse. And it was weird. It actually has like the same kind of narrative structure as Endgame, like getting them together, then like spreading them out, and then everyone gets back together again. And it's weird, but I didn't like it as much. I felt it was just kind of weird, and I hated what they did. It's probably in the book, but I was like, what is it? What is the girl's name again? Beverly. So Beverly and Bill, right? That's his name.
Yes, Bill.
Yeah, and
Bill,
what's the fat kid that got like cut as fuck? What is his name?
Fuck, I forget his name, to be honest with you.
Okay, cool.
Call him January Embers. Yeah, call him that.
All right, so Bill and and Beverly are like the go-to, and you would imagine that it's like the way the relationship is developed, right, is by accident, but you would imagine that their relationship would flourish because of that accident.
Yeah.
But then when Embers is all like, actually, I wrote that poem, Beverly just fucking goes wet as fuck, and she goes to this Embers kid, and it's like when they've had like not as much chemistry like at all. Yeah. It felt so sudden to me, and it was weird because at a certain point, and I think this is in the trailers anyway. Yeah. Beverly and Bill kiss. Yeah. But Bill is married, and Beverly is like, what are you doing? Like, now you're fucking two-timing? Like, what the fuck is happening? It was so weird to me.
It was weird.
So they just shouldn't have that, I thought. It was weird. I felt like that was the worst part.
And that's in the book too. But it's in the book too. But like, the thing that's weird is like, how do I put this? In the first movie, they wisely omitted a lot of things in the kid's story that actually would be, kind of attracting from the narrative, make much sense. Like, for example, this is like the meme one that everyone knows about, but like there's a scene where basically Beverly pleasures all the kids to give them something in common to like, nothing brings together like, like blowjobs from a 9-year-old, but like whatever. So like, first of all, Come on, that was a joke. Don't blame me. Blame fucking Stephen King, because he wrote that in his goddamn book. But
Yeah.
But the thing is really weird is they omitted that in that movie because it wisely didn't serve the narrative at all. And it made more sense to have the conflict in the movie with Beverly be predicated on their father as opposed to her being kind of a hoe. And with this one though, they should have omitted that whole two timing weird thing that was going on between those three characters because it
was not necessary.
Yeah, it just
actually would have been better for their character arcs.
Exactly.
Because Embers actually sacrifices, fuck, this is spoilers, dude. If you don't want to get spoiled for It Chapter 2, which is not very good, maybe just mute the video for a minute.
Yeah, wait, I'll put it in the chat on It Chapter 2 spoilers. Get out now. Bye. All right, cool.
Cool. So there's a part in the movie right at the end when they all have to sacrifice something that's meaningful to them.
Yeah.
So Ember's kid, he drops the yearbook page.
Yeah.
And what is it called? Beverly drops the letter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the letter that Bill wrote her.
Yep.
So that's something that was important to them, but they're letting go. It's literally in your face, they're letting go of this, but then the movie comes back around from that, and it says, no, actually, this is way more important. It was weird to me. It felt like it was character progression, and then they regressed to something, and it was just kind of confusing to me.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Especially for the Embers guy, because at that point 100%. In the story, he had pretty much essentially accepted it, which I thought was great for his character. Because obviously, I mean, who doesn't want this guy to get the girl? But at the same time, that's not where the character is headed. You can't force that, and it was forced, and it felt really weird, and that's why I didn't like it.
I totally agree.
Personally,
yeah, I totally agree with that. It felt very jarring out of left field.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, it kind of goes back at a point that they try to make earlier in the movie, and then it just feels like they've progressed. And like you said, that's a very good way to put it. They progress and then they regress very shortly afterwards, which I didn't really like. Yeah,
it was a great scene though when Bill in the maze.
Yeah,
that was good. That was excellent. Scene. I was fuck.
Yeah. I mean, Bill Skarsgård had some strange faces he made with Pennywise in this movie.
Yeah, man. I liked it. I was like, dude, when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, all right.
Did you see the meme I made? I put out on Twitter. It was like, do you eat ass, me? And then it was Pennywise the tongue.
Oh my god.
I am the meme king.
But Bill Skarsgård though. I like how he actually came out as a person in this one. It was really cool just to see him with him actually there. It was great.
Yeah, no, really, it was really good. He was creepy. But this one kind of relied too heavily on the horror movie aesthetic, I feel like.
Yeah. It didn't need it was jump scares every 5 minutes.
And the thing is, there's maybe I think there's one jump scare in It Part 1. Right, and it's the projector scene. Spoilers: the projector scene when and actually it's a very effective one because you wonder where the fuck he goes when he's on screen, and then he kind of fades away, and then he pops it back out again, and then it's actually that's a good use of the jump scare method. But with this one, it's silent, and then a beat of a music, a little sting, and then I'm just
okay, all right, it's weird. What I liked about the first one? Sorry, it's that Pennywise, when he appears to scare, sometimes he just stands there. Yeah. He doesn't have to pop out. He just stands there, and it's so uncomfortable.
100%.
That's where the fear comes from. It's
when he's chasing. Yeah, when he's chasing the hypochondriac kid, and he has the cast on, and then he literally has the balloons. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Love that shit. Love that shit.
Excellent. I can't remember what I said. I think I said this in Spanish to my parents, so I don't know if this is going to be translated well to English, but. In It Chapter 2's problem is that it doesn't want to it wants to jump scare people, but it doesn't want to actually terrorize them.
Yeah.
It's doing a scare for the moment.
Yeah.
But it never actually wants to unsettle the audience.
Yeah, it never disturbs you.
Weird, yeah. The only time it kind of does disturb you again is like the
spider scene. That disturbed me.
That was good. Yeah,
I'm terrified of spiders, so that fucking scared the shit out of me. I don't like spiders at all. Even if it looks like kind of like a clown. Nope, none of that. Nope. No.
I think the best thing is when the characters feel helpless, and the malicious entity, like the antagonist, is there, and he's like this ever looming threat, and you can't escape it. That's when things get scary.
Oh, for sure.
Because the problem with the It movies is that Pennywise, you already know what he looks like. So you have to find different ways of scaring people. It can't be like, oh, what does this guy look like? It has to be like, this guy is there. How do I make him scary in the situation?
Yeah, you can shapeshift.
So,
and like to compare that to someone like Hereditary, for example. Like Hereditary, it relies on zero jump scares at all, and it shows you exactly what is horrifying and just puts it on screen for you.
Exactly. I fucking love that movie. It's so good.
It's so good. But like that movie fucked with me to like will fuck with me to the day I die. Like I talked about this with Bailey too, so we can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing that really sticks with me in that movie is not like spoilers for Hereditary, like is not the whole last scene where like you see all the naked people and you see like Toni Collette cutting her head off with the fucking piano wire. The scene that really fucks with me is when she learns her daughter is dead and is crying on the floor, and then like
could you repeat what you said, because my thing cut off for a second.
Oh, sorry. Like the thing that scared me the most was not like the end of the movie where she's cutting off her head with a piano wire. That's what everyone says. Like that's the most disturbing fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. The thing that really disturbed me the most, and it kind of speaks to the fact that Ari Aster is great at handling emotion, is when she finds that her daughter is dead and is like crying on the floor.
And then
it zooms out, and in the same staging, you see the parents in the same position, like saying goodbye to their daughter and crying at this fucking funeral, and then the camera just slowly goes into the ground. I will never forget that little montage until the day I die. Like I will never, ever, ever forget that, because
her acting is so excellent. Like, oh my god, when I can't remember the guy's name, but when the kid, right, the main character,
Alex Wolff,
Alex Wolff, he's traumatized essentially.
He they didn't even show the body. Yeah, and they just show on his face, and
she walks out, and then you just hear her yelling. You have to see it, just hear it, and it's like, oh fuck, and it's just, oh god. And then obviously the dinner scene, obviously it's this famous scene already. Excellent.
Yeah. When she screams at her. Yeah. Oh man. But like seriously, like that movie, like that's a testament to, you don't need like the horror tropes like like all you need is literally like, you need to know what kind of aesthetic you're going for in a scene, and then just show the audience what you want to be scared by. Because if you remember correctly, like the last part of the movie, like when Peter, the sacrificial lamb of the story, is sleeping, you see something move in the corner of like his room, and the camera stays completely still, and then you see his mom crawling on the goddamn ceiling, and literally that is like a 45-second scene, and people would think like, oh, why are they doing this for so long? Oh shit, what the hell? And then it pans away, and you see people like that are naked and like covered in blood and like smiling at like.
I forgot about that scene. You made me remember that shit.
No, but watch those scenes again. Like every scene in every room, someone's like just like staring at him, butt naked, blood in like their fucking bodies and stuff.
Incredible, dude.
Like
that shit's so unsettling. I watched with my parents. My parents were like they were like shocked the entire time. Like they were just like, and of course the ending. They're like, they were freaking out. It's crazy.
Do you know that? Yeah, and like Ari Aster did a lot of research of the occult for that movie. Like I looked it up, and so something called the sigil I learned, and like it's like a symbol of like a deity, and they use the actual sigil for Payman, this demon or whatever, and they actually like summon. Yeah, like it's just the actual research they actually did for the movie is pretty mind blowing. Like decapitation is apparently like something divine, like in like I think Satanism or something like that. And
I don't know about that. No.
Yeah, like just Ari Aster, man, he's I don't know what kind of fucked up childhood he had to want to put those movies on the screen, but like I mean, he's a really good director, man. He's really good.
Yeah. There's in the chat. It's talking about the Babadook too. I love the Babadook. Have you seen the Babadook?
Babadook is great.
Excellent stuff.
Dude, speaking of good actresses, I forget the main lady in that movie. I forget her name, but she's amazing.
She did a great job.
And the son too, like played like the most annoying kid of all time.
Yeah, dude, I was like, shut the fuck up, kid, fuck, and it was so great. And the Babadook is genuinely scary. Like,
it definitely is. Like that's a monster movie done right. Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Like
so
even when she reads the storybook to the kid, that shit is the most unsettling fucking thing like you will ever see.
If it's
like,
in
she
a
just
word,
has to casually keep reading it, and it's like, wait, what the fuck am I reading? All right, we'll keep going, and
I
it just
know.
like this horrible thing, and the kid starts crying. It's just great.
I know. If it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook. Duck.
Stop! You're gonna give me nightmares, dude. Fuck, dude. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. Man. It's such a good movie.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long in case you have something to do, so I will let you go. But tell the people watching where they can find you.
Well, let's talk about something else, man.
Oh, you want to keep it going? I don't want to keep you going for more than
another 20 minutes, man.
Sure, let's do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, what are we gonna talk about?
What movies?
So what porn are you watching recently? Oh.
All right, now say it. But I was gonna ask, what movies coming out later this year are you excited for?
Joker, Ad Astra. I don't know when Honey Boy is coming out, but I need to see Honey Boy.
What's Honey Boy?
Honey Boy is the Shia LaBeouf film, which is like his life essentially, and Shia LaBeouf plays his father.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like Shia LaBeouf plays his own father, and someone else is playing Shia LaBeouf. I think that's what now you're confusing me because I thought everyone knew about. I want to know if I'm getting the right title.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Yeah, this is the movie. Watch that trailer, man. It looks really cool.
Okay.
I'm really excited for it. Everyone is praising it, so that's the one. Because I want to see that Shia LaBeouf like come back into acting. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, that kid looks exactly like him. Damn.
Yeah. The Lighthouse. I want to see The Lighthouse.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
But at the moment, I want to see just Ad Astra and Joker. Those are the ones that I'm really like aiming to see. And those are the ones that I'm like really kinky about. Yeah. What about you?
Same here. I've heard the most polarizing shit about Ad Astra because I've heard that it's like actually an amazing film, but I feel like, you know, a lot of those like sci-fi movies go over a lot of people's heads. So people are like, it's like pretentious garbage, whatever.
I hate that.
I'm like, I love those kind of movies. Like, I love the space epic, like the really kind of challenging, biting sci-fi movies, like Annihilation, Interstellar, like all those. I'm
really interested in what people are saying about the movie talks about toxic masculinity. Like, you know, repressing your emotions as like what a man should be. Like that's what I've been reading about. I haven't seen the movie. That interests me a lot because people are like, there should have been a moment where someone's crying, and I guess someone doesn't cry in the movie, but I'm just really interested to see like what they mean because I really like topics that deal with like what a man is supposed to be. And I remember, like, you know, even when I was 15 watching on the news, like the term for what a man is supposed to be is changing, which is really interesting. And that's something I also deal with in the anime I'm working on. It's like one of the main characters is going through like that struggle of like what is a man like supposed to be, like what does my father envision me to be, and what am I really? Like, how am I supposed to actually conduct myself as a person? You know, like, should I cry? Like, is that a masculine thing to do? Like, shit like that. So yeah, like my series is an anime, but I'm trying to make it as deep as possible. But still trying to make it pretty light. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you because like, I don't even know about like just like masculinity in general, but like I think just like social conventions are so interesting to explore because like, I mean, we have all these preconceived notions of like how people should act in society, and like when a movie actually challenges that, and not a really heavy-handed way, but like some of a subtle critique of those things, I think is really interesting. I'm trying to think of a movie that does that really well. I think one of my favorite movies is what's the Garden State. You ever seen Garden State with Zach Braff?
I have not.
God damn it. It's like, but basically like it's about a guy who has to go through a family tragedy, and he went through something like very traumatic as a kid, and basically he's been doped up on like a bunch of like painkillers and stuff since. And like as he comes out of like this kind of like drug induced stupor, he's able to kind of like see his life from almost a third party perspective. And it kind of like speaks to the fact that like, are we defined by our experiences, or do we actually let them define us, or can we actually have it?
Excellent.
Yeah. Like things like that, like in a formative development, like do they define who we are, or can we actually overcome the things that we actually have believed that we are for so long, which I think is really interesting. But like movies that actually like subtly critique social conventions like that, I think are really infinitely interesting. And I mean, and the fact that Ad Astra was doing it like not in like a quirky like indie comedy, but actually in like a sci-fi epic, it's really interesting. For sure.
100%. And Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars is coming out too, so I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah, I started working on. Actually, I shouldn't spoil this. I won't spoil that. But
wait, spoil that.
Yeah, I won't spoil that.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
shh, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, like it's interesting. With The Rise of Skywalker, first of all, the trailer slapped, but I hate the title, to be honest with you. Like,
I don't like the title either.
The Rise of Skywalker. Like,
but he's dead now.
Yeah, I mean, The Rise of Skywalker.
I mean,
whatever. But whatever. The trailer slapped. Look awesome. I'm really interested to see what they do with this whole thing. Because
I'm interested in Palpatine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Because
I like that wrinkly boy.
He's such a fucking Chad with his goddamn disgusting face. That's shit.
It's a fucking whitest ball sack ever.
Good.
I love that shit. I love that scene.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? If only you know the power of the dark side.
I used to be able to do that when I was little, now I can't.
No, you were.
That's excellent. This is unlimited power.
I can't. I have neighbors, so I can't scream that, but I can do that like pitch perfectly. I'll do it like outside sometime. Power, unlimited power. All right. Anyway, back on the movie. I'm very interested to see how they tie things up because, I mean,
yeah, me too.
The Last Jedi, I feel like it. I mean, we can have subjective interpretation of the movie. I like some things about it. I didn't like a lot of things about it, but I didn't think it was the worst movie ever. But the thing I didn't really appreciate was it kind of gives a middle finger to a lot of the things that J.J. Abrams set up. I mean, Snoke is the kind of the most blatant one, but like just speaking more, I guess, innocuously. In The Force Awakens, the Death Star, or the Star Killer, whatever the fuck it's called, has like, okay, if you look at the original movies, the Death Star has precedence over all three of those films, and when they destroy one of them, you actually feel that destroying it is something important, and it actually matters for the story. But I feel like in the beginning of The Last Jedi, the First Order, nothing happened to them after the Star Killer was destroyed. And like, that thing is a planet. That thing is a planetary version of a death-killing machine. Like, it's a massive thing. And I feel like not even referencing that plot point in that movie and not even having that like be referenced at all is kind of
because it was right after.
Yeah, it was
literally like right after.
Yeah,
that's one of the weirdest things to me. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, there's things I like in The Last Jedi. I like the fact that Mark Hamill was jaded. I liked Rey's character. I liked the light speed scene. I thought was, even though I have a different problem with that, I liked that a lot. Like the way it just looks cinematically is almost sublime. It desaturates and looks beautiful. I like the throne room fight with Kylo and Rey, even though I don't like one emotional sentiment it gives off at the end of it, which you probably already can guess what it is. But like, I'm interested to see what they do because like they're kind of written to like a weird place after Rian Johnson did what he did, and we can have subjective interpretation of the movie. But I'm interested to see what they do going forward. And yeah, because like The Last Jedi very much felt like the last movie in the franchise, the way they ended it. Or like maybe not like the last movie, but like more of a bookend than like setting things up for the final sequel, because like
kind of ended like, all right, they escaped, everyone's good, we'll fight them next time, and then there's like hope in the galaxy because the little kid picks up the broom, and then it's like boom. So the the saga ended. Nope, there's one more. It feels like it actually ties up things so much that it kind of doesn't leave anything open for a last one, which is really interesting to me.
Except for the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren's kind of like the last like piece that hasn't really been referenced at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Rian Johnson was going to make the Knights of Ren the Red Guards, right?
Really?
In the throne room scene? He was going to. Which would have just killed everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, now we have a new army called the second command. The new order was killed, but now we have the Old Testament.
That's a good one. Yo, shit. Oh, just get some like biblical references in there. Zack Snyder directs it. Like, oh crap. Yo, we got a banger now.
Oh, Daddy Zach, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, dude. Oh, fuck.
Dude, if Daddy Zach gave me like a really pretentious Kylo Ren Jesus Christ sacrificial scene, oh my god. Woo,
dude, no, not even Kylo Ren. Bring Luke back to life and reference Jesus' resuscitation.
And give him a shirtless body and then a CGI lips. And then have him say, "Do you bleed?"
Yes.
To Rey.
Yes. Oh, and then Palpatine goes, "Wait, Martha." And then fucking Luke is like, "I can't." And then that's how it ends. The gray Jedi, the gray appear.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have like Finn making some jokes about brunch and shit, like at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, look at some brunch, guys. What's brunch? We have an hour in line for lunch, basically.
And then fucking Poe is always like, "Yeah, let's go,
my man." Actually, he would be the Aquaman of the universe, to be sure.
Actually, he would. But I'm excited to have the entire cast in this one because they're always freaking separated every single time.
Exactly.
And what do you think about Finn and Rose having a relationship?
That is one.
Do you not buy it? Because I don't buy it 1 second.
I don't buy it for a fucking second. And like, look, the thing is, like, Rose says one of the most important lines in the actual ethos of Star Wars, but she should not have been the one to say it. Like, for example, she says, like, we shouldn't try to destroy what we hate, but we should appreciate what we love or say what we love or whatever. And sure, that's a good line. She was the absolute wrong person to give that line. And also, I don't know why she's a main character in the trilogy. I really don't. They don't give her any kind of emotional sentiments except for the fact that her sister died and she was enslaved on a foreign planet, both of which are not brought up at all after they were actually referenced in the movie. So, like, I don't see how this character has a couple lines and then, tasers Finn, basically, and now she's a main player in the trilogy. I really... I don't see why she's so important to the actual narrative, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's my opinion. And
I just didn't like the character at all.
What's up?
In general, I just didn't like the
Never
character.
Never did I. And like,
it was weird.
And people are gonna call me.
There's nothing against her. Like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna harass her or anything. Obviously,
yeah, exactly.
Like, idiots on the internet. I just personally just thought she could have been removed from the movie, and it kind of would have been the same thing. Except for Finn actually sacrificing himself in the end.
Yeah. Exactly. I do not buy them having romance at all.
Yeah, I found them. I don't know if people saw that they had chemistry because I didn't.
I didn't see chemistry.
I thought they were just very, very friendly. And then Rose kissed Finn, and even then Finn was like, "The fuck?"
What?
Like he was like, "Wait, what? What? You had a thing for me? What are you talking about? What?"
Yeah, and obviously it was supposed to be Finn and Rey getting together. Like,
it was very obvious.
Quite obviously.
Very obviously tell.
Because every 5 minutes, Finn's like, "Where's Rey? Gotta check my tracker for Rey. Where's Rey? I need to see Rey. Where is Rey coming back?" Like, legitimately revolved this entire life around her after they met. And like, they have this bond. They almost died together and like all that shit. And like, clearly they were supposed to get together. Very, very clearly. And it was either Finn and Rey or Finn and Poe. Because, Poe was really, trying to... take him in the back and be like, "What's up, dude? How you doing?"
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, you can keep that jacket. You can smell it if you want." Oh, shit, all right, fuck. All right, just getting some action there, dude.
There we go.
But yeah, it's weird. So I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna keep Rey alone because I guess that's like the cool thing to do now. I don't know if she's gonna go for Poe because at the end of the fucking Last Jedi, when Poe and Rey meet, they stare at each other for way too fucking long. And it was weird to me. And I was like, wait, so if Finn is gonna maybe go with Rose, then are these two gonna smash? Like, I don't know. Or are they saving her for Kylo? Holy shit! Are they doing like a Twilight thing?
The star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, like are they gonna do like fucking Rey and Kylo and Rey and Poe or Rey and Finn?
I don't even know.
Is that what they're doing? I don't know anymore.
Oh my god.
Yes, this guy in the comment section is completely right. Rey is definitely going to sleep with Palpatine. 100%.
I remember when we heard that laugh. I remember I tweeted, "Rey is Palpatine's dad. Save this tweet."
Yo, honestly though, if it was Rian Johnson directing this thing, probably. Honestly.
Yeah, it would be like Rey went back in time, was born as a female, but then before she did so, gave birth to Palpatine. And like is his mother, but also father.
That honestly, do you think time travel is going to be in the Rise of Skywalker?
I mean, to be honest, I was convinced for a while because like
letter media.
Well, actually, I hadn't seen that video yet. To be honest with you, but like there was just so much shit that was left unsaid or unresolved by The Last Jedi. Where like Snoke. I mean, whatever. I get it. Kylo's the main villain, like Snoke's just kind of the overlooming threat. But like this guy was the most powerful Sith to ever exist, could use the Force over millions of miles away over hologram. Like clearly there was something supposed to be delivered with that character. Like and it wasn't supposed to be just this guy with half his face missing. So like I think that like I thought that time travel was gonna like be predicated in the last movie for sure for a while, but it doesn't really seem like it from the trailers at all. I don't think they're gonna do like an end game thing where they got to go back and get like the 6 lightsabers of destiny that can like control reality or some shit.
Yeah, like, imagine. Yeah, I would. Oh my god! But I did. Have you noticed this ongoing thing with directors these days? And they're like, I want to do original things.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like, not to be rude, because I'm very excited for like a lot of Disney stuff. But like you see, Brad Bird recently said he was working on something new, and someone commented like, "Oh, so you're not going to do Fantastic Four?" And he's like, "No, but I am going to make some fantastic original thing or original film or something."
Yeah.
And he actually made a previous tweet. He was like, "I'm going to make some fantastic stuff." Then he re-uploaded it. He rewrote the tweet and he said, "No, I'm going to make some fantastic like original thing."
Yeah.
He added like the word original, maybe to make a statement or something. And it was really interesting to me. Find that an interesting discussion.
Yeah, for sure. Because like, I feel like we're living in a time of just unmitigated nostalgia. Like people love like rebirths of franchise. Maybe not love, but like that's what people are making these days. Like remakes of things, rebirths of things, reimagining of things, crossover events, like extensions of universes, cinematic universes, and like. I don't know, like as much as I love the Marvel films and all that stuff, I want something original, like to be honest with you. Like for example, Onward, that new Pixar movie looks great. Like when it's like a reimagining of like what would happen if fairy tale creatures lived in real life. It's a kind of like it's a weirder version of Monsters Inc. in my opinion. I think it looks really cool. Like and also like I'm just dying for like a new archetypal superhero like character. Maybe not a superhero like generally, but like kind of in the same wheelhouse as like either Ethan Hunt or like Jack Reacher, something like that. That's like a worldwide phenomenon, but it's like completely original, where it's like it's actually like something that actually someone thought up and it's actually creative and cool and
like an action hero, like a new one.
Yeah, exactly. Something, but not like a reimagining of some other one or some shit. Like I just want like something original. Like I don't want like
because like I completely get what you're saying. Like because it's like a lot of people are like, oh, you want original content? There's original films coming out all the time, and that's true. But we're mostly focusing on like original blockbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
That you don't see that as much. You get like a bunch of indie films that are dramas and they're all original, of course, but original new blockbusters, you barely get those these days.
Yeah.
Now it's MCU, now it's Star Wars, now it's
I will say Chris Nolan though does have some good original blockbusters. I will say Chris Nolan.
Chris Nolan is like
a god at
love
that.
him, dude.
Yeah.
thank God for him because he's making great blockbusters.
Yeah. What's the new movies? I think he's John David Washington. I think is his next one. I forget what it's called.
I forget what it's called too. But the trailer was like, you have a new antagonist or something like that.
Yeah,
it was really weird. Let me see.
But yeah, like that. Tenet. That's what it's called. Tenet.
Yeah.
That looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
The thing that I like about his movies, for Chris, if we're going to talk about Chris Nolan, kind of like a last thing, like Chris Nolan's marketing is kind of similar to J.J. Abrams, but like not as blatant of a case. Chris Nolan's marketing for his movies, it tells you pretty much nothing about the movie, but that's just so well edited and it gets you so hyped for what's about to be released. For example, like when the Inception first trailer dropped back in like, I don't know, like fucking like 2009, everyone was like, what the hell is this movie about? Like people are like flying on walls, people are in bathtubs and shit. Leo DiCaprio is obsessed with this goddamn, sex toy looking top thing that he spins around. I'm just very excited to see what Tenet is, 'cause it sounds like it's going to be like a espionage, like spy action movie. Which, I mean, what I was just saying, if it turns to be like that, then I'm going to be pretty excited to see that for sure. What's the original blockbuster that's coming out or that has come out? I'm trying to think. There haven't really been any, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would consider Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a blockbuster.
Yeah, no. It's Tarantino's a blockbuster and household name, but like I wouldn't say his movies are blockbusters by any means. Trying to think, but
yeah, that's why we're thinking too hard. It should be like this. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right. Yeah. And the only ones I can really think of, like just off the bat, is like Chris Nolan movies, and those are amazing. But makes a movie like once every like 6.5 years.
Yeah, dude. But at least they're all fucking great. Like, I'm very excited, so thank God.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Doug. I have to get out of here, but tell the people at home where they can find you.
Cool. So, Browntable. My name is Mauricio, right? And you can find me by looking up Browntable on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter, Browntable_ENT for entertainment, right? Instagram, Browntable_ENT for entertaining. And got a dab on them, dab on the haters, guys.
Wait, do you know what time it is? I left my watch in my room, but okay, there you go.
Wait. Holy fuck, bro. Hey, let me just put this cap. Oh, shit. Ooh. It's just my cap here. But thanks, guys, for watching.
For sure, man.
I'm working on a lot of stuff. Next video is probably on Avatar: The Last Airbender. I might animate for it. It's all about pacing, about the pacing of the show. I'm trying to actually because a lot of people love fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I'm thinking of going maybe praising it, but also critiquing it a little bit, and coming up with a way to say like what I think is one of the few things that's wrong with the show. And I'm also working on my own anime, which I recently, hopefully she's doing it, got an actual Japanese voice actress to voice like a scene, which is great.
Really?
So I'm very excited for that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's IRC, right? Interstellar Ranger Commence.
Interstellar Ranger Commence. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And IRC_anime is where you find it on Twitter.
All right. I'll be definitely looking at that for sure. All right, man. Yeah, this is a lot better than our first podcast, man. This is a lot smoother, man. Actual conversation.
Yeah, you know, also smooth. Oh no! It's a little lower, but I did not see that fucking dab coming at all. All right, let me turn this off. Oh fuck!
Ooh, sorry.
All right.
Oh damn. Yeah. Where's my Jello glass? All right. On that note, we're out of here. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.